If you're a fan of Colorado football, this was a bad weekend. We start with my Denver Broncos and their devastating loss. It wouldn't be the Broncos if we didn't choke a potential playoff spot. First time we would go to the playoffs since Peyton Manning was in town. Literally, we could have won last week against the Chargers, but we shat the bucket. And now here, we got Joe Burrow and Bo Nix facing off. Bo Nix throwing absolute dimes. Game on the line. 8 seconds left in the game. I'm like, man, Bo needs to really come in clutch. I thought he was throwing this pass out of bounds to a fan, but nope. Marvin Mims with probably the catch of his life. He is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league, and I'm not just saying that because he's on my team. But yeah, I agree with Bo. They should have went for two because, albeit he's a rookie, they had all the momentum in the world to go for two. They just sucked the life out of the air in the building, and they could have easily put the nails in the coffin on the Bengals season. Absolutely insane, but in typical Denver Broncos fashion, we can't have everything. We don't have the Kansas City Chiefs luck. You've heard of the Browns, you've heard of the Jaguars, you've heard of the Bears, you've heard of the Patriots on how they find ways to continuously lose. And you can add the Denver Broncos to that list because this game was a perfect example of that. And props to Joe Burrow. I'm going to give credit where credit is due, but this play in overtime, I swear, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Gesicki, those sons of bitches were catching everything, and it was really pissing me off. Not only that, our defense couldn't stop a fucking parked car. What makes you think that we would have stopped Joe Burrow in overtime? Literally, how are we just going to let this man get wide open? And apparently 1 foot in bounds is a fucking catch now. I swear T. Higgins only had 1 foot in bounds and they still called it a catch. I really don't know what it is about Bo Nix. I don't know if it's the coaching staff and how Sean Payton is worse than a high school football coach in calling plays, but enough is enough. Like, seriously, Bo has shown he can play, but at the same time, after seeing what I saw yesterday, I've come to the initial conclusion that he's just super inconsistent. Sure, you could chalk it up to rookie jitters and it being his first year in the league, but he's shown time and time again that he just really can't make the big throws. Yes, he made that big throw to Marvin Mims, but he had Marvin Mims wide open again, and he overthrew him. Same thing happened last week when they played the Chargers. He underthrew Marvin Mims that time, albeit it should have been called a PI on the Chargers, but he just can't seem to make the timely throws when needed. He either overthrows the guy when they need it the most, or he either, on a 3rd and 16, he throws it to his check down and the guy gets 2 to 3 yards. It pisses me the hell off. And I don't know if Bo Nix is the future of the Broncos. And it pains me to say that. I'm just being honest. Because you got Jaden Daniels out here balling, throwing Hail Marys, throwing everything into the ocean, whereas Bo can't seem to find that. So I don't know what it is, but it was truly, truly heartbreaking. We got the Chiefs coming up this Sunday, next Sunday, a week from today. And even though Mahomes and Kelsey might not be playing, we still might lose because at the end, like I said, our defense can't play dead in a horror film. Our offense can't throw it in the ocean. So as a Bronco fan, I'm already conceding to the fact that, yeah, we're going to miss the playoffs once again because how can we choke? We had the opportunity to control our destiny, and we couldn't do that. So what makes you think we're going to do it against the reigning, defending, back-to-back, soon-to-be three-peat Super Bowl champs? And for people trying to say that Kevin McAllister, Joe Burrow is the MVP, I feel like just want to be cool with him and don't want to be rude and just want to make face to him because we're just going to ignore the fact that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen aren't playing in the league. Come on. I'm sure if he had a better record, he would be in the MVP talk. Then we got the game that happened right after this. The Colorado Buffaloes versus the BYU Cougars. I like Cougars, but older women, that is. And this game was over before it even started. This was Shedeur Sanders' final game under his dad. DeShiloh Sanders' final game under his dad. Travis Hunter's final game under Coach Prime. And they played with no sense of urgency. It was almost like they were just happy with being there. And that pains me to say that because I love those guys. I will never understand college football in the sense that, okay, the Buffaloes literally played their final game of the regular season on November 29th. November 29th. Why are we waiting to play 1 whole month for 1 fucking game? That makes no damn sense. Sure, BYU had the same amount of time off, but the Buffaloes are a type of team that plays off of momentum. They do not play off of breaks well. They had their bye week, and I think they lost to Kansas State right after their bye week. Nonetheless, if they had more time, if they played this game maybe 1 week, 2 weeks after that, rather than waiting 3 weeks to see who they're playing in a fucking bowl game, they would have won. Or at worst, they would have made it competitive. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm so happy that Travis, Shedeur, they're going to go on to the NFL, be top 5 draft picks, and they're going to ride off into the sunset and have great careers. But it would have just been nice to see them go out in style while playing at Colorado. I still can't believe we played so bad that we let this motherfucker, a.k.a. Kevin McAllister, a.k.a. Joe Shiesty, Joe Brr, do this. Like, what the fuck? He looks like a white cop trying to fit in the NARC program.